So now that I've got 3 half double crochets made, I'm going to go ahead and begin my parallel rib. Now, when you begin your parallel rib, because it is such a simple stitch, you can make a decision. You can go down into just the row below if you like to have a solid row underneath, or you can go all the way down to your first row. I'm going to go ahead and just go down to the row right underneath, so I'm going to start with just a front post double crochet. So I'll yarn over and go around the next stitch right here, make my double crochet, and then the same thing in the exact next stitch. My second front post double crochet. Pretty darn simple, right? Now I want to make sure that I'm not going to work into either of the tops of those stitches. And I will go to the next stitch and finish up my row of half double crochet. Now I could keep going, add some other stitches, whatever your pattern calls for this swatch. I'm going to go ahead and turn and work back the other way. And this is what I was talking about earlier. When you work the other direction, the wrong side of a cable pattern, you're going to just be working typically your background stitch, in this case half double crochets, right across. You can see here I've gotten to where our parallel rib is, and I'm just going to work into the tops of those post stitches. So the tops of those stitches that are behind our post stitches will go ahead and stay completely clear. Oops, I missed a stitch there. Don't want to do that. But it's pretty easy if you just stay right across the top there. And if your top is starting to get a little crinkled with your cable stitches, you can always give it a tug and just widen it up again too. And that will usually cause that last row to straighten out and you can see what stitch comes next. Now that we've done our back side, let's come back around to the front here. And you can see it's a little harder to see our cable stitches, but there they are. I can get my fingers right under them. So as we come back across, I want to start again with just a few background stitches worked into my background stitches here. There's 1, 2, and 3. And then I know that's where I started my parallel rib stitch. So since I'm skipping the stitch, or the whole previous row for these, and working into the post stitches below, I'm going to make front post trebles. So we yarn over twice, drop right down to that post stitch 2 rows below, go around the post of that post stitch, and make our treble, like so. Then I'm going to do it again. I will yarn over twice and go right around the next post stitch, like so. And then from there I can go right back to my background stitches if that's what I'm doing, or whatever my pattern calls for, like so. And then of course from there it's just those last 2 rows over and over again. I would work my background stitches across the back, and then another front post treble in each of these. And we just continue working our way up. And that's what you can see right here. I started with front post double crochet stitches and then front post trebles in every right side row after that. And you can see there are those tops of those stitches unworked and our background rows. So that is how you make the parallel rib cable stitch.